Good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me for coffee. My hair is all discombobulated. I thought I'd better hurry up quick because Pearl just went in the house. And, you know, she's been a barky girl lately. I'm Barbara. Thank you for coming. Had a very weird dream last night. I dreamed I was dreaming a dream I already dreamt. Isn't that weird? I don't think I had dreamt that dream before, but in my dream I had. Very strange. And it kept coming up a lot, which meant I was waking up a lot, which is why I'm a little late today. And here's Pearl. We'll see how we do. It may be a very short visit. So our car was not ready yesterday and unfortunately needs more work than we thought. And so we did not do all the running around yesterday that was on the schedule. That hopefully will be today because the car will be ready. So we changed our plan for our food thing. My plan when we pick up the car is that I will go off and go to the fish store and get some shrimp and some oysters. Dennis will open some oysters for me, and then stop at the grocery store for a few minutes and get some bib lettuce and some cucumbers. And he found a recipe for shrimp in a peanut sauce that you eat in bib lettuce wraps. So it's a shrimp lettuce wrap with cucumbers and avocado and shrimp and peanut sauce, which I think sounds good. So I'm gonna do my part of the running around for that, and he'll go to Lowe's and get the fans. But we definitely made progress yesterday. We made our desserts for our dinner night in North Carolina. We made 2 key lime pies and a cheesecake. So we will have enough dessert. We will have leftovers for dessert so that Dennis and I will have dessert, and Vicky if she wants them. And we'll let everybody else who's not doing keto eat all that other garbage junk stuff that's gonna be there, because it's gonna be loaded with stuff. Always is. But key lime pies and cheesecakes you can make as delicious as the real thing, the not keto version. I mean, all you're doing is substituting the sugar out, really. Certainly for cheesecake. For key lime pie, I think the sort of traditional recipe is you use sweetened condensed milk to make it. So we don't do that, although Dennis has made a keto sweetened condensed milk. It seems like a lot of work because there's another version that uses cream cheese, and it's delicious. But we made those last night. They're gonna go in the freezer, so we'll bring them frozen. And I did start on my my card project by making cards, the actual cards, by cutting them down to the right size. Pearl, puppy, please. Come here, puppy. Pearl, come here. Come here, come here. By cutting the cards down to the right size and folding them and getting them ready, but I didn't do any painting. There's nothing over there. We're talking now. We're talking now. You gotta wait. You gotta wait, pup. You gotta wait. Sit. Pearl, sit. Come on. Sit. Good girl. There we go. That was always the worry when she came back out. Because she is a barky girl lately. I'm not sure why. So I started that project, and that's good. I do have some yarn packages that have to go in the mail. Well, I have to put them in packages, and then they go in the mail. But I will work on that today because I want to send those out. And yeah, so today we'll be running around, working on cards. Oh, I I did work on my blanket a little bit yesterday, and Dennis and I have gotten interested in watching these videos on YouTube about art. We were watching, I told you the other day about, great masterpiece in 15 minutes. But we found this channel Perspective, I think it is, Perspective or Perspectives. And it's all, and it's sort of art history. It's like art history lessons. And we're very interested in that. And so we sat and watched some art history last night, and I worked on my blanket. And it was very enjoyable. There are a lot of, Dennis and I spend a lot of time doing our own thing, which is nice. Most evenings he's in his office on his computer playing video games or whatever else he does over there, who knows. And I'm on the TV watching YouTube or the Great British Bake Off or whatever, and doing my crafting or not doing my crafting. And that's pretty typical for us. So it's nice when we find something that we're interested to do together. And we just sat there all night and watched these, we watched about Impressionism, we watched we watched Impressionism. That was the last one we watched. Me and my memory. But anyway, it was pretty interesting, and it was fun that we both did it together. It made it quite enjoyable. And so we baked together, and then we're watching the art together. He is very interested in the art stuff, I will say, because he'll sit there and watch when I've got like Landscape Artist of the Year, Sky News Landscape Artist of the Year, or Portrait Artist of the Year. They've been putting those up on YouTube. It's like from 2017, but I've never seen them. And of course, I'm quite interested in watching people go through their process of painting. And this is partly this, and some of the other videos I've been watching have made me think, maybe I should try acrylic and see what I think. Although DeevaaS painted in excuse me, pastels. He painted in pastels. Those ballet dancers were in pastels. And I looked at Dennis and I said, oh, I think I need to get some pastels. And in fact, on the show when they were talking about DeevaaS and the pastels, they went to the shop in Paris where DeevaaS got his pastels. It's still open, and it's still owned by the same family. It was really fascinating, and she just had boxes and boxes of, so these are our yellows, and these are, and just big boxes of. And pastels are just pigment with a, little bit of binder that holds it together in a stick. But it feels, it goes on like chalk, and it makes me think that you must have to put some binder or finish over it, I mean, could they, it feels like you could just go up and go like that and, smear it if you were touching a DeevaaS. So surely that's not the case, but it's possible, I guess. Anyway, so Dennis has been enjoying watching those with me too. So he's interested in art, and so, and I am much more interested in art. I'm watching art stuff now in a way that I wasn't before, and so that was fun, just to sit there and companionably watch the TV together. It was a YouTube channel, but still. So that was my day yesterday, kind of low key, but productive, felt productive, and quite enjoyable evening of baking and art. So what's not to love, right? So today will be some running around. Unfortunately, it's highly likely that the running around is going to be later in the afternoon because we're picking up the car. And so, I mean, it'll be before 5 o'clock because, the garage closes at 5 or 5:30. If they're not done today, we're going to run around anyway because we need to get Dennis wants to get the fans. And, oh, the other thing on the list, the grocery list, is the meats for the solyanka, because he wants to make the solyanka tomorrow. So, even if the car's not done, we will be going out and about today. And yeah, I continue to work on my getting my cards ready, and maybe hopefully I'll start painting on them. That'll be good. I did not do anything to move my knitting along. I didn't pick up the stitches on my boxy sleeves, and I haven't sat down with my Forest Park yet. So I will need to do that one of these days. Although, you know, I could do it in Nag's Head. The activities in Nag's Head, we don't usually do a lot of sightseeing. In fact, I've really pushed myself to do a little more sightseeing in the last time we were there, because we go down every year and I just stay at the house and walk on the beach a little bit, you know, and it feels like there's a lot more going on down there. Beautiful things. And now that I want to draw stuff, I'll be definitely going north on the island to the lighthouse. There's a lighthouse on the north end of the island. The Outer Banks is in Barrier Island, and there's the lighthouse on the northern tip of that. So I will definitely be driving up there to sketch that for sure. And I'm not sure what else I'll do. But this is on this island they have wild ponies on the beach, and they have a whole section of the island that doesn't have a road. The road stops, but the houses continue, and you have to have an off-road vehicle, not just four-wheel drive, but you have to have an off-road vehicle to get to a whole bunch of the houses on this island. It's pretty interesting. And in and among those houses that are, you know, on the beach, there are wild horses. So people have wild horses coming through their yard and whatever, you know. And we did do a dune buggy adventure to see the horses one time, so they are a tourist attraction. And then there's a national park, Cape Hatteras National Park or something like that at the other end of the island. So there's lots to see, and with me being interested in doing some sketching and drawing and painting, I do picture myself going further afield than I have been in the last few years. Well, most of the time that we've been going there. So I'm looking forward to that. So, and the only other thing we do is we sit around and eat and talk, and we do puzzles together. There's a pool table. Vicky and Dave always play some pool. And so if you get an urge to play pool, there's always somebody who'll play you. And of course the swimming pool, which we have paid to have heated, and we're gonna need it. It's gonna be in the very low, the highs are gonna be like 72 according to the last time I looked at the long-term forecast. So we're gonna need the pool to be heated. But so anyway, it's a quiet, very lazy, you know, some people, you know, people go shopping, you know, put together puzzles, sit around and read the paper. Although Hal's the one who gets the papers in the morning, and he's got COVID and isn't coming. So somebody else is going to, if they want to read the paper, they're going to have to go get it. And it won't be there for Hal. Okay, it's just starting to rain. I'm getting rained on. I guess that means it's time to go. I'll move in. So anyway, my point being, there will be plenty of time for me to knit, for sure. Because when you're sitting around talking, you can knit. You know, I don't think you can really sit around and knit while you're trying to do a puzzle. Puzzle maybe doesn't work, but, you know, other than that, I mean, we just literally hang out. or walk on the beach, or sit on the beach, or swim. Anyway, whatever. So if I don't get very much done moving my knitting forward in the next few days, I will be knitting next week, I promise. So anyway, since I'm getting rained on, I'm gonna go. Please, please, please have a lovely, lovely day. Take good care of yourselves and stay safe and stay sane. Please, please.